by the whole of it?
This new creature with the long hair is very much in my way.
No, I think not. For though I am the main part of the experiment, the rest of it has a share in the matter too.
It's always hanging around and following me about. I'm not used to this company.
Is my position assured, or do I have to watch and take care of it?
I wish it would stay with the other end.
I would have to be watchful. For some instinct tells me that eternal vigilance is the price of supremacy. Not a bad break for one so young.
Maybe if I keep a chronicle of my innermost thoughts, it will help me take my mind off this creature. It's cloudy today, and there's wind in the east, and I think we should have rain. Wind. I keep using that phrase and I do not know what it is.
And since vigilance is nourished by observation, I will write down everything I've observed. Now let's see. Notice that there are too many stars in some places, and not enough in others. When last night the moon got loose, slid down and fell out of the sky. A very great loss. It breaks my heart to think of it. There's no ornament like it for beauty and finish. Oh, I do love moons. They're so pretty and romantic. I wish there were 5 or 6. I would never tire of looking at them. Stars are good too.
Wish it wouldn't talk.
Stars would look nice in my hair, but I don't suppose I can ever get them. This is a fact I proved last night when I tried to knock them down with a pole. I also tried throwing clods at them till I was all tired out. But I couldn't even get one star. Perhaps it's because I'm left-handed and cannot throw good. Anyways, I even tried to gather some up at the extreme rim of the circle, but it was too far and was turning cold. But I found some tigers, and I nestled in among them, and it was comfortable, for their breath is sweet and pleasant, because they live off of strawberries and flowers. I'd never seen a tiger before, but I knew it in a minute by its stripes.
Always talking.
Today I'm getting better ideas of distance. I reached for a flower that was 6 inches away, but seemed a foot. Alas, with thorns in between. I learned a lesson. Also, I made up my very own axiom, all out of my own head. It goes thus. The scratched experiment gems the thorn. Not bad for one so young.
I have been observing the magnificent great waterfall. I believe it is the finest piece of scenery on this estate. One of these days, I will die of hunger.
I followed the other experiment around at a distance yesterday to see what it might afford. I was not able to tell. It has frowny hair and blue eyes, and has no hips, and tapers like a carrot. When it stands, it spreads itself apart like a dare. I think it may be architecture. I'm not sure. Anyway, I thought it was going to chase me, but I found it was only trying to get away. Got it up the tree again.
Privacy and silence are all I ask for.
They returned the moon last night, and I was so happy. It slid down and fell out of the sky again. But there's no need to worry when one has that kind of neighbors. They'll fetch it back. I'd like to do something to show our appreciation. Perhaps send them some stars. We have way more than we can use. But perhaps you care nothing for such things. It has low taste and is not kind. Last night, at twilight, it had crept down from its tree and was trying to catch the little speckled fishes that play in the pool. Have you no heart, no compassion for the little creatures? Can it be that you're designed and manufactured for such ungentle work? I had to plod it to make it go back up the tree again. One of the clods took it to the back of the ear, and it used language. It's the first time I'd ever heard speech, except my own. I could not tell what the words meant, but they seemed very expressive. You can talk! Oh, I love to talk! I talk all day, and I'm very interesting. But if I had another to talk to, I could be twice as interesting, and would never stop talking if desired.
I think I will go jump off the great waterfall.
Oh, Niagara Falls.
What?
Niagara Falls. That's the name.
Why Niagara Falls?
Because it looks like Niagara Falls.
No. That's not a reason. That is wayward. It's silly. This new creature names everything before I have a chance to get so much as a protest name. Always the same pretext as always.
Because it looks like the thing.
There was the
wrong. He thought it was a wildcat, shot in his eye. But I saved him. I was careful to do so in a way that would not hurt his pride. I said casually, well, I do declare there isn't a dodo. That seemed to be too explaining.
How do you know it's a dodo?
Because it looks like a dodo.
This dodo will have to keep its name, no doubt. Really, there's no use worrying about it.
Though I thought maybe he was a little piqued when it was obvious that I knew the creature when he didn't, it was quite evident that he admired me.
It's no more like a dodo than I do.
So during the past few days, I've taken all the work of naming new creatures off of his hands, and this has been a great relief to him, for he can't think of a rational name to save him. Whenever a new creature comes along, I name it before he can expose himself by an awkward silence. For example, there's one of those tigers, and a lion, and a lamb, and a horse. Oh, and look, there's an ostrich.
Why ostrich?
Because it looks like an ostrich. And there's a rabbit, and a donkey, and a dragon, and a mastodon, and there's a unicorn.
Why a unicorn?
Because it looks like
Why? It doesn't look like a unicorn.
Because it's got one sticking out of its
You never get a chance to make anything.
Good.
Well, since you seem so intent on naming everything, what would your name be?
Well, you're not a dodo. You're not a carrot. You're not put securely enough to be architecture.
What architect?
A place to live.
Oh,
But you're a thief. And therefore,